Today is the start of our Christmas special, and I'd like to welcome everybody here and wish everybody a happy and Merry Christmas. And here we go.
Jingle bell,
No, I have not finished my Christmas shopping. I haven't even started it yet. But I do plan to start on Monday. No, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday I'm going to go to the mall with all the other men and get it done in one day. Okay, well, that's my plan. Is it going to work? I'm not sure, but I don't have any choice. Wednesday's too late. I'll get half of it done on Monday and the other half done on Tuesday. That's the way I worked it out. Well, you see, this week was a busy week for me. I had to get my team, as that other girl said on the video, her team under control, as you can see. That's why I'm so late doing my Christmas shopping. Okay, I don't have a team. That was a fake team. I don't have a team. I am the team. Anyway, let's get this video started. Well, let's go.
The wall going up, and it's long overdue. If you heard that
Turn
it's
it
not,
up,
if you're
Joe.
watching fake news. What are they planned? Oh, you want me to stop?
Could you do that again? A little more,
A little more, like, urban? Okay, let me see what I can do.
Yeah, Mr. President, take this home. Home.
The wall going up. The wall.
It's long overdue.
The wall going up.
30-foot wall.
The wall going up. The wall going up.
At the border.
The wall going up, and it's long overdue. If you heard that it's not, then you watching fake news. What are they plans? I don't have a clue. All the fences rolled down, and we need something new, like, hey, I like big walls, and I cannot lie. Hey, 30-foot walls, you can't climb. Hey, so you might as well get in line. Okay, 'cause we are...
I have a lot of respect for Seth MacFarlane. I think he's a fantastic writer and one of the few classical liberals in Hollywood who is willing to call out both sides of the political aisle. He's not afraid to punch left and criticize the dominant cultural paradigm. Family Guy has always been a hilarious show, but recently it's become even more culturally relevant, with commentaries on the absurdity of political correctness, social justice warriors, millennials, and social media outrage culture and internet witch hunts. There's no denying that even the most ardent progressive would be hard-pressed to not see the humour and stupidity in their ideology when satirised in this way. There's no better way of intelligently making arguments against PC nonsense than using comedy to expose its hypocrisy and how massively uncool it is. Here's a few recent brilliant examples from the show.
Welcome to Boop. As our name suggests, our mainframe connects to and powers virtually every server on the globe.
I absolutely love that. As our name suggests. And then he talks about how Boop is a massive internet mainframe. This is a piss take on how so many modern tech companies and startups have weird, quirky, nonsensical names that have no meaning and no connection to what the company does. One such example would be Uber. What has that name got to do with peer-to-peer ride sharing?
Without Boop, there is no internet.
Where's your nearest bathroom?
Gender fluid?
Yes, there will be a lot of that.
The next segment is a very cutting commentary on SJW millennials, especially the attitude of self-righteousness and moral superiority, as well as the intolerance of diversity of opinion and anyone who opposes current progressive trends.
Millennials crave things like instant gratification, authentic experiences, and for some reason we haven't figured out yet, improv comedy.
This perfectly crystallizes the kind of social media narcissism of today. How people want to present an idealized version of themselves to the world through their status updates, pictures of the food they eat, the holidays they've been on, and how cultured and sophisticated they want to make themselves appear.
Here's another who single-handedly started the hashtags that canceled 12 network TV shows she found offensive.
Yep, that sounds like a modern, easily triggered special snowflake feminist, all right. I wonder when the heads of major entertainment corporations will finally learn that just because an angry Twitter mob tweets at you endlessly about how you've offended their delicate sensibilities, that is not justification for changing or cancelling your TV shows. I'm reminded of the calls by feminists to cancel Colbert a few years ago. Not that I'm a fan of Colbert or anything. Or a more recent example with the controversy surrounding the character of Apu on The Simpsons. It seems nowadays that the views of a small minority of leftists, filled with moral outrage, carry more weight than the majority of audience members who are happily enjoying the show. It only takes a few joyless, whiny, self-entitled harpies to ruin the fun for everyone else.
And now I'm told she identifies as a man, so I'm being fired. Hello, I'm your new announcer, and actually he was just about done. Thank you, and good day.
There have been many recent examples of public figures who've lost their jobs because of some angry feminist mob that's whipped up a social media frenzy to place pressure on a company to fire them.
First, I'd like to not thank you for hiring me because I just expect good things to happen to me without working for them.
I love the attitude, but the best part was when he placed his phone back in his pocket and the screen reorientated from portrait back to landscape.
Second, I'd like to give you all a list of my trigger warnings.
Yep, trigger warnings. This kind of garbage has come from social justice infiltrated universities, and many corporations go along with it because they're basically hiring the wrong millennials. They assimilate this SJW nonsense into their company culture because they think this politically correct speech policing is current, hip, and representative of most young people. It isn't. And that's why when a company or brand produces a TV commercial, for example, with this nonsense, it receives enormous backlash and nothing but dislikes on YouTube.
What's a trigger warning?
Actually, bruh, asking me what a trigger warning is one of my triggers, bruh.
You can never win. Trigger warnings and microaggressions are part of an SJW's self-diagnosed PTSD. It gives them power over you because you have to watch every word you say for fear of walking on an eggshell that will send them into an apoplectic seizure.
I feel traumatized, bruh. And now I'm tweeting about you, bruh. And now you're trending, bruh. And now your life is ruined, bruh. And now you're fired, bruh.
Given what we're seeing on college campuses right now, this isn't that far away from being an accurate portrayal.
I was taking a selfie while shooting a Snapchat, while periscoping that Snapchat, while Instagramming latte art, while Shazamming The Weeknd, while streaming Master of None, while retweeting George Takei, while saying, "This wins the internet," while still being hashtag so bored.
The lack of any real meaning beyond frivolous and shallow social media interactions and short-lived dopamine hits from notifications is sadly part of our connected culture. And for some young people addicted to their smartphones, there seems to be an emotional vacuum that they're trying to fill with a narcissistic need for personal validation and constant positive reinforcement from social media engagement.